Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and we are back with our monthly sponsored video from Plex, and this month we're taking a look at a new feature, Rentals, where you can rent movies from Plex and watch them on your Plex apps across many different devices. And we're going to take a look and see how this rental feature works and how it integrates into the Plex interface. Before we get to this though, I do want to let you know, in the interest of full disclosure, that this is a paid sponsorship from Plex. However, they are not reviewing or approving what you're about to see before it was uploaded, and all the opinions you're about to hear are my own. So let's get into it now and see how Plex Rentals works. Now, the rentals will live inside of the movies and shows on Plex section of your Plex interface. This is typically where you find the free movies and TV shows that are ad-supported. Well, what you're going to see now is a new tab called Rentals, and that's where you can rent things to watch, and these, of course, will be ad-free. Now, the way this works is that when you find a movie that you want to rent, you have 30 days to watch it, and then once you start watching it, you have 48 hours to finish it. After that 48-hour period, the rental expires, and you'd have to rent it again to keep watching. But it does let you watch across devices one at a time, and it will sync up your play location, so you can start playing on one device and then switch to your phone and continue playing there. It does not allow for downloads though, and again, only one playback can happen at a time. So if you start playing on another device, it will stop playing on the one that you're on. All right, so why don't we rent something and see how all of this comes together. So right now I'm in the rental tab here. I was browsing through the genres and the available films, and I saw Rocky IV, one of my favorite movies from the 80s. And if I jump in here, this looks like your standard Plex landing page, except now instead of play, I have the option to rent. Additionally, I can add it to my watch list, so if I don't want to rent right now, I can just put it in there to make sure to come back to it later. I can watch the trailer, I can mark it as watched, and of course we've got all the other features that Plex offers. Now, if I want to rent this movie, I can do so for $3.99. Most movies, older ones, are about $3.99. Some of the newer films are $5.99. I did see a movie that's currently out in the theater, ISS, which is currently renting for $20. So the price will vary, I think, based on the age of the film and what the studio wants to charge for it. Now, I'm on an Android TV device, so I have the ability on this one to actually rent without having to get up off the couch. Some devices, like the Fire TV, will require that you go onto your computer first and rent it from the computer, and then the playback will be available on the Fire TV. So most Plex platforms can play it back. Not all of them can rent on device, but again, you can initiate the rental on your computer, and then it will be available everywhere. Now, I am shooting this video the day the rental feature came out, so I'm sure over time more platforms will support direct renting. Right now, if your device doesn't support it, you can get instructions from where the rental button would be, and it'll tell you how to go about it. And again, on my iPhone, even though I can't rent the movie from here, I can watch it once I rent it from another device. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and initiate this. On Android devices, it will process the payment through the Google Play Store. On Roku, it'll process through the Roku Store. And on the web, it goes directly through the Plex payment system. So it'll vary based on device, but still pretty easy to figure out. So I'm going to go here and hit the button and get this going, and we'll see what happens next. All right, the rental has been made, and what you're going to see now on the movies and shows section here is that we have this under My Rentals, so it doesn't get lost. And you'll also see that it expires in 30 days, so I know how long I have to watch the movie. Additionally, on your home page, it will actually show up along with your other Plex media. So here you can see that I've got a Rocky IV front and center, along with some things that are stored on my personal Plex server, and then I've got the expiration date up here. And now I can go ahead and start watching the film, and once I do start watching it, that 48-hour clock starts ticking. So now let's jump in and watch the movie. We're going to jump over to the playback screen here. You can see now that we have a play button and no longer have a rent button. If I go to play, we'll get a warning here to let us know that the 48 hours will begin. I'm going to click on Watch Now and get going. Now, most of the movies that you can rent on here are at 1080p. I don't believe they have 4K available yet. Additionally, 5.1 channel sound is the max. This particular movie is stereo, so some movies will have surround sound and some will not. but at the moment, no 4K or any HDR films are available just yet. Now I'm going to pause it here at the midpoint of the film and just back out, and you'll see now that we have a 47-hour expiration notice, but I can resume playing if I want. If I jump over to my smartphone, you will see that the movie here has a playback indicator, so I can actually pick it up from where I left off on my phone and keep watching it, much like it would work on other Plex devices. So you get a lot of the same features on these rentals. It all integrates the same way, and you'll be able to find movies that you may not have on your server or may not be available for free to watch right within Plex and manage everything with your watch list. Let's take a look and see how it integrates in other areas. So here I just did a search for The Hangover, a funny movie from a couple of years back. And if I go over to the search results here, you'll see that we have a notice that it is available to rent. If I hover over the movie here, I can go right to the rental page, or I can say find more ways to watch. We'll then get dropped off on the movie's regular landing page here, and I'll be able to see what my options are. So you can see I can rent it from Plex now, and then I can also find it on other locations too. So Plex will still work the same. I can put this into my watch list. And in the same fashion, if I go over to my watch list, I will be able to navigate to rentals from here. So if we jump over to the watch list, we're brought back to where we were before. So really the rentals here just kind of live like other media do on Plex, because ultimately Plex indexes most of the media that is available to watch anywhere, and you can just integrate the rentals that way. But what if you have media already on your server? Well, if we go and look for Top Gun, which I know is on my server, and I think on one of my friends' servers here as well. When that search executes here, you can see that my server results still take precedent. If I click on the movie here, I can go to my server to watch it, but I can also select the rental option. Now, if you don't want to see rentals on your search results, you can go into your search settings, which we talked about in last month's video, go over to On Plex, and just take the rental option off, and now those results will not appear. So if we go back here and run the search for Top Gun, we now don't have the rental option. So this is not something that will intrude on your Plex experience if you don't want it to, so you can remove it. But if you are interested in renting movies from time to time and want to see if they're available, this is something you can keep integrated into your search and other browsing features. Now, this feature at the moment is only available in the United States, but Plex says they do have plans to expand to other countries in the future. Also, at the moment, you can only stream one movie at a time through your Plex account. So even if you have multiple devices in your home that are all logged into the same account, only one of them can play back the rented movies at this time. Additionally, if you have managed users on your Plex account like I do, my wife and my kids, they cannot watch rented content nor rent content. It's only the master account. But I'm sure things will be changed and evolving in the future, so definitely check out the Plex forums to learn more about this as time goes on. And when there are, of course, significant changes, we'll come back and do an update. That's going to do it for this look at Plex rentals. I want to thank Plex for their long-standing support of the channel. And until next time, this is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Brian Parker, Budley, Hot Sauce and Video Games, Steve Green, and Amda Brown. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.